Good morning, it's Mary Ellen from the channel Sensational After 60. Sometimes that's hard for me to say. It is. I think I'm younger than that. I'm here today to do a tag, and I was tagged by the fabulous LittlePoet, Susan. I absolutely love her. I love her channel. She did this tag, and now I'm going to do it. And the name of the tag is Dig a Little Deeper. So, I'm going to open up this book and look at the very first question. The question is, tell us something quirky about yourself. Well, I have to eat yogurt using a silver baby spoon. Not a sterling silver one, but I can't eat yogurt. I don't eat yogurt without a small baby spoon that doesn't have plastic on it. I am full of paradoxes. I am so friendly. I trust most people unless they've given me really good reason to. I trust them automatically. But I am reclusive. I can be so reclusive. I am naturally introverted, but people would not think that. I think that's kind of quirky. See, I think I'm normal. I think I'm normal, but I've been told by, especially Jim, he thinks I'm pretty quirky on a lot of things that I do. But if I think of something else, I'll come back. Tell us what's naughty about yourself. Well, I guess the naughtiest thing is I do have a bad mind, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. You know, I went to a Catholic school, and I really lived I never heard my parents curse. I never heard them curse at all. And so anything like what the nuns would say, two abreast, my friends and I would giggle. But I am very careful not to say anything that can be misconstrued. One time when I was very young, late teens, I was working at the local bank, and this farmer came in that was friends with my husband. It had rained and rained and rained and rained, and he was talking about how much rain he had, and I said, well, Jerry said he had 6 inches. And this friend of Jerry's just kind of looked at me and he said, well, I would have thought he had a lot more than that. I could have died. I was so embarrassed. So I've learned to watch what I say. What qualities do I admire most in someone? I have said this before. I admire integrity. It's hard to respect somebody that doesn't have integrity, you know. Do what you say you're going to do, say what you mean, stand up for what you believe, and be honest. You know, I think to me integrity encompasses just about every positive quality. What qualities do I strive for in myself? I've always considered myself non-judgmental. I've always considered myself to be open-minded, and I want to remain that way. And I think sometimes the more birthdays you have, the harder it is to remain that way. So I strive always to be non-judgmental. Who inspired me to do YouTube and why? Well, I have 3 different people. A friend of mine named Emily that I grew up with, her daughter had a blog. First time I didn't even know what a blog was. And her name's Katie. And so I went to Katie's blog and I was reading all the different things she had to say. And she had some videos on YouTube. So that is the first I learned about YouTube, and that was probably 1.5 years ago. Maybe a little bit more. From there, I started watching Emily Noel. You all know was our local newscaster. And I watched her and I just thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I found Amy Miranda. And started watching Amy Miranda, commented on her channel, and I don't know, she just encouraged me to do YouTube, and that was a year and a couple of days ago. But that is what inspired me. What made me want to do it is to get information on film that my daughter could have, that my son could have. That's how I started, and something I love. Because when I'm long gone, they know what most of the things are that I do love, but they may have forgotten the history. So it was to get the things that I knew that my grandmother shared with me that I wanted my daughter to have, and my son. So anyway, that's what inspired me. And is there anything else? Nope, there's nothing else except for my shout outs. This is my shout out time. I'm tagging the ones I mentioned, I'm tagging them to do this video, and I'm going to give them a shout out. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite. So I have lists of people, and I keep a running list on who I want to shout out. So I would like to shout out Lovely, Dooney, and Brahmin bags. Her first name is Lovely, and she is lovely. I don't hardly ever buy purses, but I really like her, and I watch her channel, and yeah, I think you all would enjoy her, and I will put the links below. I would also like to shout out Skirty 2. And she hasn't been doing very many videos, but she did one recently. I connected with her very, very quickly and easily, and she lives in Florida. She is just a wonderful woman, and I enjoy watching her videos, get to see her garden. Her husband just graduated with his master's. Yeah, I really enjoy her channel. The next person I'd like to shout out, and I don't have my glasses, 50 plus 2013, and her name is Theresa. And I've been watching Theresa for some time. She does all different kinds of videos. I love her attitude. She's beautiful. She does all sorts of things, and I learn a lot of things about her. She is the only person that I have known on YouTube that, you know, I've always put wristbands on my wrist when I wash my face. I started 40 years ago. You know, I would wrap headbands around my wrist because I hated to have that stuff go up. And she's the only other person that I heard mention on here. I was watching a video. She bought some bands to put around her wrist. So, yeah. And the next person I want to tag and shout out is Jennifer from SunnyBeachCouture, I believe. She is beautiful, and she is funny. She has a boutique, and she has absolutely fantastic things. I mean, things that I could never consider buying, but I love to see what other people are enjoying. You know, maybe a few years ago I would have made some of those purchases, but I like looking, and I'm really enjoying getting to know her and getting to know her channel. She had been a viewer of mine, and I did not realize she had her own channel. And yeah, it's really good. And thank you, LittlePoet. Thank you, Susan, thank you for starting your own channel, because it is nothing but a pleasure. So it is all good. It's all great. And you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.